global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news.
Hello, good people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. As IPOB in the Southeast are demanding that their sons and daughters, as from the Southeast, should return back home and enjoy Christmas because the environment is safe. There is a cry out in Sokoto where the IPOB leader is being imprisoned, talking about Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto Correctional Center. Right now, there's a lot of concerns coming from the people of Sokoto State, and you get to hear why they are overly troubled having such a high-profile inmate in their correctional center. I'm going to give you that detail in a jiffy. Now, according to the news, tension is gradually building across Sokoto metropolis as residents struggle to cope with the presence of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, who is currently serving his sentence at the Sokoto Central Correctional Center. The development has unsettled many homes, businesses, transport operators, and community dwellers, with fear spreading particularly across Ya Marina, the heart of Sokoto City, where the correctional center or facility sits. The prison is only a short distance from the Sultan Palace and close to Sokoto Gaki, the administrative seat of Sokoto North local government area, a fact locals says sharply heightens public concern. Many residents, including Kabiru Muhammad Gobirawa, a seasoned journalist, admitted that this is the second time they are experiencing such a situation involving a high-profile inmate, attracting national attention, frequent high-level visitation, and heavy security presence on a daily basis. He recalled that the Sokoto Central Prison once housed the former Director General of the National Youth Service Corps NYSC, Colonel Peter Obasa, retired, who served his prison terms there after his conviction by a military tribunal in the 80s. However, Obasa did not receive visitors as frequently as Kanu, whose presence has become a source of anxiety. According to him, he says, "It is our hope and prayers that the IPOB leader's presence in the state will not trigger another wave of fear and tension in a state that has been grappling with security challenges for almost a decade." Nnamdi Kanu was transferred to Sokoto shortly after a federal high court in Abuja sentenced him to life imprisonment. Justice James Omotosho, in his ruling, gave the Department of State Services DSS authority to hold him in any prison within the country, a decision many lawyers and observers have since questioned. Following the sudden transfer, streets around Ya Marina changed overnight. Security checkpoints emerged, patrol teams became more visible, and movement near the facility was heavily restricted. Ya Marina is also host to the headquarters of Police Zone 10 and the office of the Assistant Inspector General of Police AIG. Neighboring buildings still bears the scar of a 2016 bomb blast detonated by a yet-to-be-identified suicide bomber, which killed a policeman while he was praying in a mosque opposite the AIG's office. The Boko Haram network, under the once dreaded figure Kabiru Sokoto, attempted in 2016 to establish a base in the state. Another bomb was detonated that year by suicide bombers at a divisional police station in Oguwa Rogos, killing only the bomber. Residents disclosed that while life appears normal, the atmosphere is far from the usual sense of calm. Market open, traffic flows, and school operates, yet beneath the routine lies a growing wave of unease. A trader, Alhaji Sani Alfa, captured the public mood. According to him, the tension does not stop people from working, but it forces them to look over their shoulders constantly. In his word, he says, "We woke up to heavy deployment around the prison. At first, we did not understand what was happening until we heard that Kanu had been brought here. Since then, things have changed. We are doing business, yes, but with fear and caution." Another resident, Fatima Mike Massa, said the situation has forced many families to reduce unnecessary movement, especially at night. In her words, she says, there are soldiers, police, and vehicles moving at every hour. Even children know something is happening, she said quietly. She added that the fear is not only about Kanu's presence, but also about what his detention in Sokoto could provoke from supporters or enemies elsewhere. The prison has become a point of national attention, drawing lawyers, loyalists, sympathizers, and even top political figures. Last week, in a move that startled many locals, the governor of Abia State arrived at the facility to visit IPOB leader. The visit sent a ripple of anxiety across the city. Muchedi Ya Marina, a shop owner not far from the prison, said each visit ushers in fresh tension because the security around the area doubles instantly. You do not know who will come next or what could happen, she said. Now, last Sunday, Kanu received his lawyer, Dr. Maxwell Ukpara, who visited alongside 4 associates. The group left the premises carrying several documents, folders believed to be connected to his appeal. The lawyer later described Kanu as mentally strong and actively preparing for a legal review of his conviction. However, Ukpara questioned the logic behind transferring him to Sokoto, a distant city, from his court of trial and legal base. Our concern is access, the lawyer stressed. His legal team is in Abuja. The court process is there, yet he is there or here far from where he is needed most. It complicates everything. His colleague, Aloy Jimako, echoes the sentiment on social media, insisting that relocating Kanu has placed unnecessary barriers between him and his family and legal counsel. In his word, he says he has been moved far away from everyone who needs access to him. Correctional authorities have yet to provide an official explanation. However, a staff member quietly confirmed his detention under strict monitoring. According to him, he says, yes, he is with us, but entry is tightly controlled. He said, unwilling to say more. Today, Sokoto walks with caution. Residents speak in whispers. Businesses operate with an eye fixed on the prison wall, and tension lurks beneath the quiet wind that drifts across Ya Marina. Security remains heavy, anxiety remains real, and the entire city waits unsure of what tomorrow brings or how long this unsettling atmosphere will last. All effort to speak with officials of the Central Correctional Center proves impossible as journalists were not allowed access to the route leading to the facility. Every passerby and resident living within the area were subjected to thorough search and screening before being allowed passage. Meanwhile, Sokoto state government has strongly dismissed reports claiming that Governor Ahmed Aliyu, accompanied by Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Oti, to visit Kanu at Sokoto Custodial Center. I'll take that example. Meanwhile, Sokoto State government has strongly dismissed report claiming that Governor Ahmed Aliyu accompanied Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Oti to visit Kanu at the Sokoto Correctional Center. In a statement released by the government spokesperson Abubakar Bawa, he described such claim as misleading and completely untrue, stressing that Governor Aliyu was nowhere near the country at the time. According to the clarification, Governor Aliyu was in Saudi Arabia performing lesser Hajj as of November 30, 2025, the same period where Dr. Oti made his private visit to Sokoto. The statement further explained that upon arrival at the Sultan Abubakar III International Airport, Dr. Oti was officially received by selected commissioners and special advisors who took him to Government House for standard protocol reception reserved for visiting governors. It emphasized the long-standing tradition of hospitality in Sokoto State, noting that visitors are treated with dignity and respect without discrimination based on ethnicity, region, or faith. The statement reaffirmed that Governor Aliyu remained a committed leader who upholds peace, respect, constituted authority, and prioritizes the unity and stability of Nigeria. This is serious, I must say. The people are already scared. They can't tell what will happen the next minute. But then, let's sit back and see if their fears will ever be realized, or it's just, a certain season where all of this is happening. Let's be in that conversation and talk more.